I'm Joe Catalano with an AM Quincy news update for Friday, February 14th. Quincy public school officials want parents to know that immigration officials will not be allowed to take students out of school buildings. During a presentation this week, administrators said it is extremely unlikely that any immigration law enforcement officials would be allowed to remove students from classes. Officials said schools do not collect any immigration information about students and would not be able to provide that information if asked by law enforcement. In addition, officials said that if a federal agent were to come to a school, they would be directed to the administration building on Coddington Street. This week's report follows concerns from parents and students about the federal crackdown on illegal immigrants. Superintendent Kevin Mulvey said attendance levels have remained high and that he does not anticipate a problem from the issue. Quincy police are cracking down on unruly behavior at the city's parks. The department has issued a statement saying that they are increasing enforcement of quality of life issues in and around city parks in response to an increase in underage drinking, outside fires, and vandalism. The statement specifically says patrols will focus on Forbes Hill Playground and the surrounding Forbes Hill neighborhood, as well as other known youth hotspots in the city. Squaw Rock and Squantum is also on the watch list. The department is also asking residents to report any large gatherings of city youths and asks parents to speak with their children about the consequences that could result from a criminal charge. Outside fires, public drinking, and remaining at a city park after dark are prohibited by city ordinances. Recent acts of vandalism, outside fires, and public drinking require police to take action, including making arrests. The process of turning the former St. Mary's School in West Quincy into a new elementary school has begun. The city is seeking an owner's project manager to oversee the construction of a new elementary school at the site of the former St. Mary's School on Crescent Street. Proposals for a project manager are due at City Hall by February 27th. The city purchased the building from the Boston Archdiocese in 2019 for $2.7 million and has been using it as a training center for firefighters. Mayor Thomas Koch has said he wants to create a West Quincy elementary school at that location. NeighborWorks Housing Solutions of Quincy has received a $1 million loan from First Priority Credit Union of Boston to begin planning a 4-story, 24-unit affordable housing complex on Quincy Street. Tenants will be formerly homeless individuals who earn less than 30% of the area's median income. Tenants will receive services including financial and nutrition planning and life skills. Father Bills and Mainspring will serve as a co-developer on the project. The Quincy Point Congregational Church will be holding a benefit for the victims of the Los Angeles wildfires on Saturday from 4:30 to 7 p.m. The event will include dinner, line dancing, cornhole, and other games, and all of the proceeds will go to the American Red Cross to assist the fire victims. The 37th Annual Lunar New Year Festival will be held Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at North Quincy High School to celebrate the Year of the Snake. The lion dance ceremony takes place at noon. The festival will feature music, dancing, food, and family activities. Quincy Asian Resources will have information about their immigrant and health and wellness programs. Admission is free, and food and drinks will be available for purchase. The City of Quincy will host President's Day Winterfest Monday from noon to 7 p.m. on the Hancock Adams Common in Quincy Center. Events will include live music, ice sculptures, live entertainment, and educational shows. Some events will be held in heated tents, and City Hall and the United First Parish Church will also be open. Admission is free, and food and drinks will be available for purchase. Quincy's free seasonal outdoor skating rink will be open through the end of February school vacation week. The rink is located across from the Quincy District Court and will be operated by the Quincy Recreation Department. Skate times can be reserved at quincyrec.com or quincyma.gov. Governor Healy is moving to close a state-run hospital in Canton to cut costs. Pappas Rehabilitation Hospital for Children is home to dozens of kids with special needs. Families and staff say they were never consulted about the relocation plan and are fighting back. They say what happens at Pappas is pure magic for their children. Built more than a century ago to aid disabled children and young adults, Pappas is more than a rehabilitation hospital. It has a school with real classrooms, a handicapped accessible pool, and therapies like horseback riding, all designed to help children. On Wednesday, Senate and House leaders said that they were caught off guard by the plans and pledged to scrutinize the proposal. Police in West Bridgewater are investigating after credit card skimmers were found at a store on East Center Street yesterday. The West Bridgewater Police Department said the credit card skimmers were discovered by an employee at Trucci Supermarkets. Credit card skimmers are illegal installations on ATMs, fuel pumps, and point-of-sale systems that allow scammers to access customers' credit card information. Police said the skimmers were discovered by employees on Monday after an investigation found that they were attached to two keypads in aisles 1 and 2. Employees said they believed the skimmers had been there since Saturday. Police said skimmers have also been found at stores in Abington, Taunton, and New Bedford. Abington police said they discovered credit card skimmers at a Trucci's location on Route 18. Officials launched an investigation after Trucci's management explained that a customer was having difficulty using their credit card to pay for their items. The manager came over to assist and discovered a skimming device on the machine. Later, the manager then checked the rest of the registers and found two more devices, which officers said they photographed and seized as evidence. Officers contacted the Secret Service and state police. The impacted machines at Trucci's and Abington were at registers 3, 7, and 8. Officers said anyone who's used their credit card at the stores recently should monitor credit card statements and report any fraudulent activity to police. Riders could soon have to pay additional fees on Uber and Lyft rides to or from Logan Airport. The Massachusetts Port Authority currently charges rideshare apps a $3.25 fee for pickups and drop-offs at Logan. The plan outlined at a Massport board meeting this week would raise that fee to $5.50 in July and to $7.50 in July 2027. Since Uber and Lyft add the fees onto users' fares, riders could expect to spend an extra $15 on each round-trip ride to and from the airport. Massport said the increased fees are part of an overall strategic ground transportation plan of both capital and operating investments. Planned improvements to Logan by Massport include upgrading Logan Express stations and adding electric vehicle charging stations. The board's expected to vote on the proposal next month. Massport has not changed its fees in 6 years since it added a $3.25 drop-off fee in 2019 to match its $3.25 pickup fee. Although ride app surcharges are commonplace at airports around the country, $7.50 would be the highest fee added to any airport. Orlando International currently has the most expensive added fee for pickups at $7. Last year was Logan's busiest ever, seeing more than 43 million passengers. In 2024, and almost 13 million of them used a ride app. The proposal would also raise taxi pickup fees from the current rate of $2.25 to $3.50 in July and then to $5.50 in July of 2027. Employee parking, terminal and economy parking, Passport Gold parking, and limo pickups would also become more expensive. The state legislature would become more transparent under rules adopted yesterday by the Senate, with the traditional work of joint committees more formally ending at the bill hearing stage. Bristling at media coverage of the legislature's productivity last session, Senate President Karen Spilka vowed on the first day of this session to introduce reforms to make Beacon Hill more transparent and to help the public better understand the work underway in the legislature. Senate Republicans also viewed the debate around the rules package as an opportunity to advance their priorities for how the legislature should operate. The rules dictate how the individual branches are run, but also how the House and Senate interact and work jointly as one general court. Despite talk from in and outside the building about transparency-focused reforms, legislative Democrats have been unable since 2019 to agree to a new set of joint rules, and the calls for greater openness have grown to the point that more than 70% of voters last year gave the state auditor the power to dig into House and Senate operations, and audit lawmakers have resisted every step of the way. Senators voted 5-32 yesterday, rejecting a plan from State Senator John Keenan of Quincy that would have set in-person voting during formal sessions as the default, with the exceptions allowed in cases of illness or family care. In the years since the pandemic, some senators have continued to participate in debate and cast votes remotely. Keenan said during the prior two-year term, the Senate only had 45 days that involved roll call votes, suggesting that is a load that his colleagues should be able to manage in person. Fellow Democrats defended the status quo, arguing that it works well and gives flexibility to lawmakers who live further away from Beacon Hill. A check of business news this morning, and stocks are higher. The Dow is up 342 points. NASDAQ rose 295, and the S&P is up 63. Asian stocks also higher. The dollar was down, the euro was flat, and oil at $71 a barrel. Forecast from the National Weather Service. Today, sunny and windy, the high 30 degrees. Cloudy tonight and a low of 21. Tomorrow, cloudy. Snow arrives late in the day at a high of 28. Snow continues overnight, accumulating 2 to 4 inches before switching to a wintry mix on Sunday. The high Sunday, 36. Monday, President's Day, sunny, windy, and cold. The high of 28. With the boater, waves about 2 feet. West winds at 20 to 25, gusting to 40 knots at times. High tide 12:31 p.m. Sunrise 6:41, sets at 5:15. Traffic note: Fore River Bridge scheduled to open at 9 a.m. this morning. I'm Joe Catalano with an AM Quincy news update for Friday, February 14th.